it's Yankee Wally here. I am sorry I've been missing a couple of days, but I'm having a bit of trouble with charging my phone. And this iPad, I've only just turned it on, so it's buzzing a bit. It won't stop vibrating, this phone won't, which is eating into the battery. And it's not charging properly, but it's my problem. I will sort it out. If you look now, it says, I think it says something like 20, yeah, 23 hours for it to charge up again. 26 hours for this slow charging. So I think there's something wrong with the charger. I'll have to get a new one. Now, you know that terrible terror attack on Palm Springs I was talking about? Well, I had a little look around Palm Springs with my Google Earth, because I love Google Earth, and guess who I saw cleaning his drive? My ex-husband, on my life. Here he is. Look, that's on Google Earth. He's still fit, isn't he? His jeans are a bit long. He needs a good woman to hem them up for him. But that's where he lives. He lives in his parents' old house. Because his brother died, Jeff, after my sister. So he lost his brother, I lost my sister. And his parents were just wonderful people. And he's a lovely bloke too. Jewish he is. So this is the bloke that set off the bomb. He is alive, so whoever did die was obviously, well, not obviously, could be an innocent victim. His name's Edward Burkhardt. Don't know where he's from, don't know anything about him. But he was talking about depopulating the world or something nuts, completely nuts. And I found that's 301 Via Escuela. That was, excuse me, that was where I used to live when I first had Caris. I can remember watering all those bushes. They're all oleanders there. Poison, aren't they? I was thinking of making a meatloaf and putting some in for my husband, but I didn't, you know. But I used to think about it. I don't know why. Yeah, it's a small world, isn't it? I love Google Earth, I do. And there's a steakhouse there called Mr. Lyons. That was my father-in-law's restaurant. And he used to, it was a lovely restaurant as well. In fact, it's still nice now. When he sold it, which was about, 6 years before he died, they wanted to keep the name. It used to be called Lyons English Grill, so they called it Mr. Lyons. And from what I can tell from Google, it's still doing a really good trade. It's quite an expensive restaurant. We used to eat in there now and again, not always, but we could have gone in there. My in-laws were very generous. They were very, very kind to me, really kind. And so is Ray, God love him. I should go out there and give him a hand with our garden, shouldn't I? You'll never get married again, and neither will I. Now, this situation, or this is what happened when this boat went into Brooklyn Bridge. Now, everybody sort of laughed, and the Mexicans and all this. It's only when you look closer, and if you look, you'll see that there were people on every one of those cross sail things. There was around about 100 people up on those where those lights are. That's the tragedy. I don't know how many have died, but I think it's at least 2. I heard that there were 2. And here it is now coming into it's out of control now. But if you look carefully, you can see people up there, and they are falling from the top right down into the water, or on the deck. Would have been tragic. Absolutely awful accident this was. I think it was the Mexican Navy. You can see the people on the rigging. I think it's called the rigging. Tragic. I never known anything like it. They were doing a display, obviously. There we are. They're flying off. This is This is similar to when they came out of the building. There's one man there, look, hanging. Similar to 9/11. Look at them falling. Oh, oh. It goes through me to see this. Look at them there hanging. Oh, it's absolutely awful. Poor things. Oh, look at them all hanging up there. I kept these pictures for you because and here they are, look, you can see them all. They're all standing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. Oh, look how many were up there. It's got to be over 100. And they're all doing that, like showing off, doing their bit for the public. And then it goes crashing into Brooklyn Bridge. How bloody stupid. What a stupid, what's his name, Captain? Stupid. They were doing all their bit, doing a lovely display for everybody. Oh, I can't believe the stupidity. Or maybe he had a heart attack or something. And there they all are now. You can see them. Look, 1, 2, 3. I think they've got some sort of safety harness on. You can just see it there. So that's a good thing, isn't it? That's a good thing. That'll save a lot of lives. But my God, that was an accident that should never, never have happened. So apparently Prince Harry can't stop watching his brother at the Order of the Bath. Now the Order of the Bath is just what it is. The Order of the Bath. Whoever had the red robe on would be allowed to run the King's Bath. And you know what the Order of the Stool is, don't you? He's the one who would look after the King's toilet habits. It's as simple as that. But of course, it doesn't happen these days, at least I don't think so. But Harry is apparently with Archie watching all the royal regalia. And that's what Prince Charles has got to think about it. Oh, talking about Prince Charles and his cancer, Joe Biden has been diagnosed with, I know this sounds unbelievable, but it's stage 9 prostate cancer. Apparently it goes up to stage 5, but they call it stage 9. Let me see if I can. I can't believe he didn't know, and I don't believe he didn't know, because he was the president and up until last year, and he would have had an annual checkup. The doctor said something that was quite telling. He said, his medical is fine, we've got no new symptoms, or something like that. No new symptoms. I thought, yeah, the prostrate's been there a while. So all the time that Charles has been diagnosed and is going for chemo and has been as open about it as he can, Biden, while he was fighting for his next term in office, or whatever he wanted, was not being honest. I don't think he was being honest, because nobody would have had better medical care than the President of the United States. And not only did he have Alzheimer's then, but he's got prostate cancer. Now, I think we are being told this because I hate to say it, because I don't wish illness on anyone, but I don't think he's got long left. I just don't. I think I got a picture of him here. Did I save one? No, I obviously didn't think he was worth it. But I did a 16-minute video, not last night, but the night before, and my battery was going low, so I had to cut it off, and I never got back to it, because when I do the video, sometimes I talk to the cat, and I tell the cat things, Trippy, which he's in the doghouse tonight, I'm afraid. He was coming on lovely, and I was all yesterday, I was giving him loads of fuss and scratching him and smoothing him and talking to him. And then today, because I was not as all over him, he'd bit lumps out of himself. So I'm thinking, does he want more attention? I don't mind that. I'll put him in a haversack on my back or something. I'll find a way to keep him by me if it's going to work. But I'm using the, what's it called? Hang on. Wonder Dust. I'm using the Wonder Dust, but it does make his skin very, very dry. So I left it off in this hot weather, and I'm obviously gonna put it on the open wounds now, and start all up again and put another coat on him. I took the coat off today. Oh, I don't know. Something will always happen with him, and now that he's bit two big lumps out of his back leg quarters, he's gone asleep now. I don't know. It could be like a nail biting thing. Is it just a bad habit? Now, have a look at this. This is Meghan's wedding anniversary wish board. So she's decided to share some previously unseen photographs with us, including a scan of Archie. And I can't believe she's done this, but she has a picture of her baby bump. And Meghan's Towel has called it on X. If you see, these are rubber bumps. These are the ones. Those, look at the left-hand side, bottom left-hand side corner. That's the baby bumps that you can buy, the moon bumps as they call them. Take a look at that. And you can also get them in different colours to tone in with your skin. You can get them from white right down to a dark tan, which is what she's wearing in this one here. She's got one that's several shades darker than her own skin. She's got no bust, and the shape is identical. Look, identical. Honestly, when you know, and you can't not see it. This is a joke. This is an absolute joke. That's why she's gone and made it all, what's the word? Fuzzy, deliberately fuzzy. She's pored over that for hours and hours and thought, can I fool him? Can I fool him? Yes, I can. After she'd had a couple of mimosas, she probably thought it was better than it really was. And up it goes. That is, she's got one hand on her back of her haunches and the other one on the other. This is not right. It doesn't look right. Whatever's going on in the small of her back is weird. And I don't believe this. Well, this might be Archie. I don't want to get personal or anything, but where is he? Whose tummy's he in? It's not Meghan's. And there he is there. Oh, dear God, she's trying so hard to fool us all. She is trying. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. And anyway, where's all the privacy she said she wanted? Hang on a sec, I gotta blow my nose. Now, there's an article in the Daily Mail today to say that in 1945, I didn't know this. I don't know why, I should have known it, but I didn't. That must have been when just after the war, in 1945, they found a jug over in Turkey, I think. And in this jug was, let me see if I can find the actual article. It only came out today. They found, here we are, a forbidden book that was omitted from the Bible, exposing a shocking rift in Jesus' teaching. Now, it's not a shocking rift at all. In fact, when I read this article, I was delighted. I was absolutely thrilled because, I mean, I'm a Christian. I'm sure that a lot of you are, if not all of you. But I've also got a lot of love for Buddhism and Hinduism, actually. Not Islam, of course, not Islam. I'm very wary of Islam, but all other religions, even Zoroastrianism or Jainism, and the whirling dervishes, you know, those, what's that called? I forgot now. But anyway, these missing texts, they're not very big, missing texts, what am I on about? They're from 1600 years ago. So, here we are in 2025. So they were written in about 400 AD, after Jesus died. And they were written by somebody called Thomas, and they're known as the Gospels of Thomas. And the ancient texts features 114 sayings attributed to Jesus, such as things like, you don't have to go to church, your church is inside you. Those sort of sayings that I totally agree with. The things that that I've always sort of argued with and said, well, you know, you can be good without going to church. And so I want to get this book. There's a man on X now. His name's Nick DeFabio, and it's called The Gospel of Thomas. And I want to buy that book because he was a teacher of spiritual wisdom rather than a saviour who died for our sins. So he's kind of more like Siddhartha Gautama or Gandhi, you know, the Eastern philosophies where it's more deep, isn't it? It's more thoughtfulness goes into things. And like God is wherever you want him to be and things like that. I'm rather excited about that. So I'm going to try and get that book. It's on social media. There we are. Joe Biden forced to deny he hid cancer after scathing Trump accusations. Well, obviously politicians will always punch below the belt, won't they? But I think Trump says he knew that Biden had cancer for a long time. I'm tending to agree with him. I am. And I think the reason it's coming out now, yeah, like he's on stage 9. That's a long time. Apparently stage 9 is stage 5. And he's got an aggressive form of prostate cancer that has metastasized and spread to his bones. I don't wish that on anybody at all. Nobody. And I think that Biden hasn't been well for many, many years now. And that woman, his wife, I'm sure she loves him, but I think she should have said, that's enough, Joe. Come on, let's all go and have a fun time and eat ice cream. You know, they pushed him out there to be president because she liked the things that came with the presidency. If that had been my husband, I'd have pulled him out of the public eye way before he went, for his own sake. There's only so much attention and money that you need, and Jill Biden needed more than her fair share. There they are, there, look. Now, there's Joe on the left. Now, that's Ashley, his daughter. She received $250,000 from Meghan Markle via Archewell. Don't know why, don't know, but of course, Liberal Democrats is where Meghan's at. There's Hunter and his wife. Now, it can't be his wife because she calls herself Melissa Cohen. If I remember rightly, his surname's Biden. So, he's looking a bit wired there. And there's Jill in her Ray-Ban aviator specs. And this little one down here apparently is called Bo. Nice name for a little boy, isn't it? Or is it a little girl? I don't know, but it doesn't really matter, does it? But Ashley has put some lovey-dovey gushing piece on Instagram. She will be by his side forever, just like you've been by mine. To me, those sound like eulogies while they're living. I just get the feeling that, where are we now, 21st of May. I get the feeling Joe Biden won't be around longer than another 4 weeks. I'm just guessing. I shouldn't guess, I know, but I just wish that they'd been more open about it. I think their backs are up against the wall now. And this is the sort of thing they do. They put out nice pictures and send loving messages to each other. Whereas, well, I suppose he doesn't have to tell anybody if he's no longer president. But I think he knew before Trump won the election. That's what I'm saying. So, there we go. And that's about it, I think. Don't think I got much else to say. I can't believe my ex-husband's on Google Earth. I mean, what's the chances? The car that takes the pictures comes around every year if it's a busy area like London or Paris. They take a picture every year and update it. It's every 4 years if it's somewhere like Palm Springs. Maybe every 2 years, I'm not quite sure. But to catch him as he's cleaning up, or maybe he's lost his marbles and he's doing it constantly except for when he's asleep. Maybe he'll be on every Google Earth from now on, or maybe it's a statue. Oh, dear God. And Caris, she stands the same as him, even when she was little. It's funny. Anyway, I think that's about it for now, and I'll be back. Let me see. I'm on 50. Yeah, that's good. I'm on 52% now. I think. Oh, there's talk now. I tell you what, there's talk they're going to reduce our bloody pensions. I've had enough of it, to be honest. This is Keir Starmer, that evil man. He is evil. Tommy Robinson, I think he's coming out of prison this week, which is a blessing. He didn't take too well to solitary confinement. I don't understand why, because when I was in prison and things got a bit hairy there, and I used to row with the girls and they used to row with me, and I used to say, please, will you put me into solitary? And they used to look at me as if I was mental. They did put me in, but they only left me in there for about 4, 5, 6 hours. Oh, and it was lovely. It was padded and it was quiet and it was lovely. I didn't want to come out. But of course, if you want to go in, they don't want you to go in. If you don't want to go in, they'll push you in. And I can remember thinking, Tommy, you really should have, counted your blessings, because the clanging of the doors and the keys, the jangling of keys and going into the locks of every cell. Oh, it was horrible. For ages when I got out, I couldn't stand clanking iron and keys. I couldn't stand it. But anyway, he should be out next week. But he's not safe in UK, which is a terrible thing to say. He's British, and yet he's afraid. So I think they're all begging Elon to give him a job and President Trump to give him somewhere to live. I don't know if it's going to happen. What a lovely offer, though, to go to America and get a visa to go there and live there. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? Gosh, I'll have to start some sort of agitation, won't I? I'll have to go and be on the English Defence League. I'm a bit too old now. I don't think they give me a visa for America. Oh, God, no. But I really do want to go somewhere else. I just had enough lately of this place. Anyway, I'll be back. I'm rambling on. Oh, the Karen Reid case. Well, let me tell you. Oh, I'm watching it. Oh, yes, every day, every day. We've had 2 boring days, Monday and today, where I don't know how the jury can possibly keep interested when they talk for 2 whole days on the electrics of it's not entertainment unit now, infotainment they call it, where the SIM card and of course they've got like a black box now in cars or SUVs. And Karen, she did have a Lexus. I had no idea that Boston was so wealthy. Apparently, it's the 10th most wealthy place in the world. I'm finding all this out. So, and I'll tell you now, Canton in Boston, the police are corrupt like I've never ever seen before. And I'll stand by that. I know that Karen is the one being charged with the murder, but for those of you that know, you know. I thought she was guilty for a good week when this trial first started. It was just common sense she was guilty because it was obvious. And then, of course, you don't want to admit you're wrong when you're right, do you? When you think you're right. And then I suddenly got to thinking, I don't know, this isn't right. And then, but I did confess. I was in the chat today on the live trial, and I said I'm ashamed to admit I thought she was guilty for a week. And all these people said, oh, it's all right, Wally. We thought she was guilty. And it's true. It's so easy. So easy to look at her and say, guilty. She pulls her faces. She pulls funny faces. She laughs inappropriately. And that's how you can make so many mistakes when you're trying to read people's minds, And Meghan Markle and Edward Enninful were not speaking after the Vogue front page article, which happened 2 years ago. Do you remember the faces of women power or something on the Vogue? She had the September edition. Well, apparently Condé Nast, that's who owned the company, and Edward Enninful tried to persuade her to put the Queen in one of the boxes, but she wouldn't. She wouldn't do it because she didn't want to share the glory. Not that the Queen would care either way. She wouldn't care, but Meghan deliberately did not put the Queen on the cover, like we all spoke about. And that was where they fell out, apparently. This is the news that's just risen now from, who from? Neil Sean. Yes, he's a God, Neil Sean, I'll tell you, I love his videos and I do watch them and they are informative. But he can make one bit of information last for 5 minutes, because what he'll do is he'll give you a little wave, he'll tell you about this and that, and I want to say to him, get on with it, Sean. So I sometimes fast forward it for 1 minute exactly, and I just then about get into it, listen to that. He's a lovely bloke, though. You can't dislike him. He really is lovely. But my God, he says, he got the same old sayings all the time. I can't remember now what he says, but it's always the same, you know. Well, those of you that follow Neil Sean, you'll know. He just says, as ever, let me explain. And then, he's got little buzz phrases that he just says over and over again. And then he gives you a little wave, talks about his sandwiches, talks about the price of this and that in the supermarket, which is lovely. I mean, yes, it is lovely, but I just want the info, and he only ever tells you one thing per video, and then you've got to wait, and then so you've got to watch like 4 or 5 videos to get all he's got to say, except for once a week when he does a 30-minute one. I'm not complaining about Neil Sean, because he is a genuinely nice person. I'm sorry if it sounded like that, but I do get a bit impatient, I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm going to look after Trippy now and make sure that he doesn't bite him. He's right by my feet now, and he knows I'm talking about him. Yes, you. I'm going to get the Wonder Dust on him tomorrow. I'm going to get the crepe bandages round his neck. No, they won't be tight. And an orange coat he's going to wear tomorrow, so that'll be nice. And I'll be back either tomorrow or the day after for sure. There we are, I'm on 50% now. I'll sort my batteries out too. Thank you for listening. Cheerio!